Hey, it's just like swim practice, right? 7 a.m. We're here, ready to go. I guess the only beautiful thing is you guys get to eat while I talk, coach you up, I don't know, whatever you want to call it and stuff. So feel free to eat and enjoy the Chick-fil-A breakfast as we kind of recognize you guys and what y'all done this season and what's kind of taking place for Har-BER Swim. I just want to kind of give some notes. Last year, luckily, we were able to get our season in, but then shortly thereafter, a lot of things just got canceled and stuff, and thankfully this year we were able to have our season again. So it's just something to kind of be mindful and grateful for. So thank you guys for kind of staying committed to the team, doing your part and everything. And it's always a joy and a treat to coach you guys, and I'm sure the upperclassmen can attest to like how many people are in this room now. So it's exciting to see this team grow and everything happen. So this morning is for you guys, to recognize you guys and the hard work that y'all done, and kind of give out some awards, give out some varsity letters, and recognize everyone who's done their part. And so what I want to start off with is the first year Lettermans. To become a varsity letter for Har-BER Swim and Dive, you have to place top 16 at the conference meet, and that's not an easy feat because not everyone can swim the 50 and the 100 free. You're going to have to kind of expand your strokes and do other things as well, and so a lot of these swimmers didn't want to swim the 500 free or didn't want to swim the 200 IM, but they knew that that was their choice. That's what they needed to do in order to letter and stuff, and so I want to recognize the first year varsity letter swimmers. When you get your name called, we'll come up here. Make sure you have your mask on. I know you guys are eating right now. We'll kind of do a group photo with your certificates and with the HB. So we'll kind of go from there. So, oops, I got it. Romero Ruiz. Carly-Ann Gladden. Natalia Ruiz. Emily Shaven, Mazzy Hatch, Mazzy, Connor Boatbride, Noah Sullivan, Oscar Rivera, Jack Young, Ty Schinkler, and Max Simmons. All right, give it up for these guys. First year. So next up is going to be our second year varsity Lettermans. You think first year is hard to get, sometimes second year is hard to get because you have to stay committed, stay dedicated. And for those of you who know, to get your first year Letterman, it's hard, but again, to maintain, get your second year, it's just as hard. And I'm proud of these swimmers because it's so easy to get your varsity letter and be like, all right, I'm good. Like, I'm ready to just kind of enjoy the rest of the school year, but all these swimmers want to earn their varsity lettermans and continue to get more bars. And so these second year, third year, fourth years, they get a little bar. They get to add to their varsity letterman that they already have. And so when your name gets called up, we'll just do what we did for the first year. So second year, Anna Marvin. Sarah Wilson. Abigail Livingston. India Harris. Lucas Shaven. Max McDonald. Max Tischer. You guys get together. All right, give it up for the second year varsity Letterman. All right, so for the third year varsity Lettermans, these swimmers have actually earned their varsity Letterman since their freshman year, and so they're juniors now, which is exciting because hopefully, next year, their senior year, they'll be able to have all 4 years being a varsity swimmer. And the beautiful thing about HAR-BER Swim and Dive is being able to put that accolade on your college resumes. When you're applying for a job or anything like that, you're able to put that and kind of be proud of what you've done, because it wasn't easy. It took a lot of time and effort and sacrifice and just getting outside your comfort zone, doing what you need to do. And so for the third year varsity Lettermans, we got Emily Ruiz, Sarah Pope, David Wallace, and so it's a small group right now, but these freshmen have kind of been together for a long time, I'm sure ever since their club years, and it's great to see that their hard work is paying off. So. Give it up for these third year varsity Letterman. Okay, and so the next award, what we're going to go over, is the first and second team all conference. So at the conference meet, we had a lot of top 8 finishes, and the cool thing about these top 8 finishes is if we were to compete against the central part of the state, if we were to have a conference team, we would have a lot of the swimmers representing HAR-BER Swim and Dive, but also representing this area of the state. And so I'm going to recognize the first team all conference. And then to get first team all conference, you have to finish first through fourth in your event. And so they were on the podium. They were able to either win their event or they were able to just finish in that top 4. And so this first team all conference, they would represent HAR-BER Swim and Dive. We got Connor Boatwright, Sailor Wilson, Max Tischer, and David Wallace. Give it up for these first team all conference for the 6A West. Congratulations. All right, next up we'll have second team all conference. And these are to recognize the swimmers who finished 5th through 8th at the conference meet. So we have Sarah Pope, Abigail Livingston, Max Tischer, Max McDonald, Emily Reeves, Zach, you guys get together for a photo. And here are your second team all conference if we were to have a big conference meet against the West Central part of the state. All right, so the next set of awards are kind of awards that I've selected, but also off of points and stuff. And so it's always nice to recognize you guys' hard work, because sometimes it doesn't show up on it shows up on the clock and it shows up on the things that you do, but sometimes you don't walk away with a medal or anything like that. And so this is an opportunity for you guys to get recognized for your personal endeavors, because as we all know, just being a high school student is hard, right? You got everything that's going on, trying to pass your AP exams, trying to hold a social life, trying to hold a job, and just trying to do all these things. And on top of that, also having being a student athlete. And so this first award is the most valuable Wildcat, and it goes to the top male and top female swimmer for HAR-BER Swim and Dive, who scored the most points. We have Connor Boatwright and Sailor Wilson. Awesome. All right, congratulations, Connor and Sailor. Okay, so this next award is the leading Wildcat. This swimmer has been hassling me about wanting to be captain and stuff, but I've always told her, like, you know, to be a captain, it's not just like you ask for it. You step up and you do certain things, jobs and things that people normally don't want to do. And at the beginning, but like at the end of last year, she's like, hey, I really want to do this t-shirt design. And so I'm starting to realize Romero Ruiz, she's a fast, phenomenal swimmer, but she also is very creative and wants to kind of share her love and joy for the team through just designing shirts that, if I were to design, she probably would say, that's lame, coach, you know, but she's like, hey, here's something that we want to kind of do where everyone's going to get behind and stuff. And so the leading Wildcat award goes to Romero Ruiz. Yeah, stay here. And actually, so on the boys' side, it's actually, I'm going to recognize this swimmer, Max Tischer. At the beginning of the year, he was swimming club, and he would come by and stop on deck and see the high school kids who were not swimming club, and he'd be like, wow, like, this team's growing, like, these guys are looking good, like, you know, we're going to be successful and stuff. And so with him recognizing that, and I told him, I was like, hey, let your teammates know about that. And so he took the initiative to let his teammates know that he was proud of their hard work. And as a sophomore, it's not an easy thing to do, because it's hard to give, you know, kudos to your teammates and stuff. And so it's nice for him to step out and recognize his teammates. So thank you to these two swimmers for kind of setting the way and recognizing their other teammates. Give it up. All right, these next two awards are called the Newcomer of the Year Awards. As our team grows, we get new people coming in, and this is geared towards the freshmen who come in and work hard, and they don't know what to expect with high school swim and dive, but they just still go in kind of just all confidence, just thinking that whatever's going to happen is going to happen, and they want to try their best. So this first award is to Jack Young. Funny story about Jack Young, I taught him in 6th grade, and so it's nice to see him as a freshman now. But his energy and drive and wanting to get better is contagious, because it makes me want to put all that I have into wanting to help him, because he's like, coach, I want to go to state, I want a letter, like, what do I need to do? And he trusts me as a coach, and I really appreciate him putting his best foot forward. And even now, as we're in off season, he's, you know, doing dry land on deck with 2 other boys, and it's just really nice to see him wanting to take ownership of his swimming, because he's seeing that he's in control of what he can do in order to be the best. And so I really appreciate that. And then on the other side is Shaven. The cool thing about Shaven, she's a dual sport athlete. She does softball. I mean, she came in this morning with her bat on her bag. that's just kind of shows who she is, that she's committed to those two sports, and then also just school as a whole. And there was times where I was like, hey, I need you to swim the 2 IM or the 100 fly, and she really didn't want to, but she sees that now she's a varsity Letterman, and she's a Newcomer of the Year award, and so at the time she didn't want to do it, but now she sees that it's paid off, and so I'm proud of these two, their hard work and what they've done and becoming the Newcomer of the Year. Alright, congrats. This next award is the most dedicated award. This guy right here really surprised me a lot. I know he was very athletic, but I didn't know he was actually going to do what he needed to do. And Bryce Poulter can come on up. He's getting the most dedicated award. He started swimming last year, and this was his second year, and this guy went from probably 10% good of a swimmer to like 110% good of a swimmer, because he just put in all the work, and he put in so much work, his body started to hurt and started to break down, which is frustrating for him because he should have been a varsity earner this year. But even though he was injured and wasn't going to compete at conference or compete at state, he still was there on deck. He's like, Coach, what can I do to help these guys get ready? Like, give me a stopwatch, I'll get their splits, like, I'll help them out. And so for him to do that shows a lot, like, he's dedicated to this team, in the championship season and even in the off season, because he was doing his part to ready himself, because our boys relay is strong, and it would have been even stronger if he was there. And so I really appreciate what he's done for the boys and for the girls on this team. So, Bryce Poulter. All right, this next award is the Most Improved Award. And sometimes, again, like, it doesn't, just because you're most improved doesn't mean you don't win first place or anything like that. It's just you come in with just like a sponge, wanting to soak everything you can learn in the water, and just doing all these things that will make you a better swimmer. And so these two swimmers, I don't know really where to start, but Yazzie Lloyd, I think it's her second year swimming. She got her times fast enough to be considered on the state relays as an alternate. And I know it's kind of frustrating to be an alternate because everyone else is competing and everyone else is swimming. But to be able just an alternate is a huge accomplishment, because not everyone gets to be an alternate. Not everyone gets to have their times fast enough. So she came in, she's learning all the 4 strokes, and again, it's never easy to master those strokes, but she's doing it. So Yazzie Lloyd, and then on the other side is Garrison. This guy cracks me up. He's just so raw and new to the sport that he just wants to get better and get better. He's actually the first boy in the freshman class to go under 29 who's a non-club swimmer. And so to be able to achieve that, that's pretty awesome. So I'm really proud of their hard work, and that's why they are the most improved. All right, this next award is the Spirit Award. I laugh because you can just hear her in a room. Yeah. So Hayla, come on up. But every morning, it's never easy to get up, and especially to drive across town. And she, I think, probably travels the furthest from anyone that I know of. So she gets the Spirit Award because she comes in, she's super happy, super energetic, and I know the group of friends that she hangs out with, they get to the pool and they're like, whatever. But then when Hayla comes in, they're like, oh, Hayla's here. So she brings the spirit, and one of the cool things that she does every morning, everyone always fights to get into the cold pool because it's early, you just don't want to get in, and she just cannonballs in, and because Hayla kind of makes the splash, everyone just goes in and follows her lead. So the Spirit Award goes to Hayla. That's why she gets it. All right. These last 2 awards, I really like these awards because, again, you don't have to be the fastest swimmer to get this award. It's the Wildcat of the Year award, and it kind of shows on the certificate. It says displayed spirit, sportsmanship, attitude, and leadership that best embodies what it means to be a HAR-BER Wildcat. And I think these two athletes, and I'm sure they struggled at the beginning of the year, like, I don't know if I belong here, I'm not the fastest, and they were just happy to be able to be a part of the team. And then this first one I'm going to recognize is Jack McGooden. He's always like, Coach, I can't kick, I can't do this and that. But lo and behold, he's slowly getting better. He's working out with Ty and Jack Young in the morning, doing his thing. And so I think for him, I hope he sees that these days of wanting to like not do anything, but he is doing something, it's going to pay off, you know. And sometimes it's hard to see the gains right now. Sometimes it takes, you know, some time to see the achievements going to take place. But I feel like next year he's going to really break out and really become a great swimmer, and he might, you know, earn his varsity letterman. So looking forward to see what Jack does. And then the next award is Megan Sanders. She's come a long way as well, and I'm sure she can attest that to herself. She does band in the morning, so she only gets about 45 minutes of practice. And the great thing about her is like she never complains. She's always like, what do I need to do? How can I get better? And the fact that that attitude of balancing all those things and still being committed to the team says a lot. Like, she doesn't make things about herself. She makes things about others, and she wants to personally get better for herself because she's getting up in the morning, driving across town, and she wants to make an investment in herself. And so these two swimmers right here are doing their part, and I really appreciate you guys' hard work and just sticking with it, because it's so easy to think, well, I'm not learning these strokes, but you know, they're still putting in the time and effort. So I appreciate these two. And then last but not least, the senior award. We only have one senior, which is kind of exciting because it makes things easier. But Romero, you can come on up here. The team got you a plaque. You received this earlier. You received this earlier in the year at the first swim meet. And I want him to give a little speech as well. But it's exciting to see him because his freshman year he didn't swim, and you know, he barely joined recently, and it's just kind of exciting to see him progress, and having his sister on the team as well. It's exciting for them too. So we'll do a quick photo and then I'll hand the mic to him.
Hello guys, I'm Romero Ruiz. I'm pretty used to speeches, so I'll just give it a go. This is my, I would say 10th year swimming, but I only joined the HAR-BER swim team until my junior year due to some things that I couldn't beat. It was just something that happened. My allergies were just kicking in. I couldn't swim. It just happened. But my junior year, I gave it a try. Coach Nathan told me, give it another try, and I was like, maybe my body will let me, and it did. Something maybe I could have done sophomore year, which I might regret. That might be my only regret in high school, that I didn't swim sophomore year and kept club swimming. But I had a great time while at HAR-BER swim. One of the things I want to leave my sophomores, my juniors, pay attention to small details, remember things, because one of the things about swim is that waking up at 7 or being in the pool at 7 a.m. just kickstart your day. To go out there to your AP classes, to your classes, to study for that test, just gives you that motivation to keep on going. And that's something that swim, the small details of the dedication you have each morning, are going to translate into other things that I've seen improve in my life. It's helped me with my debate career, my mock trial, my school, and hopefully college I'll do the same thing of just waking up at a certain time and keep going and motivating myself to improve myself and study and my work and just become an overall better person. And I thank Coach for that. Waking me up is very hard, my sister knows that, but it's something I just enjoy, and swim is why I wake up every morning and why I'm going to continue waking up. Thank you.
And I'll leave with some closing remarks. I hope this year, as frustrating as it been for everyone across the board, I hope you guys see the opportunities that have been presented to you guys. I just want to give a shout out to all the parents who've made all these things happen for you guys, the swimmers. I know your parents love y'all dearly and love this team dearly, and so make sure when you see them today, kind of give them a hug, tell them thank you again, because I appreciate what they've done of helping out on deck with the swim meets, because we all know it takes a village to make these things happen. So thank you to the parents. I also want to give a shout out to the Har-BER High School East team. When I was trying to make all this happen, I reached out to their teacher, and he was like, well, we'll see what we can do. And then these ladies emailed me saying, hey, what do you need? We'll be able to help. And so I just want to give them a round of applause for coming up. So thank you all for that, and thank you to Coach Hinton for always stepping in and helping out. And as you guys know, bus driver Rob, driving the freshmen and those who don't have their license yet. So thank you to everyone, and thank you to the Jones Center for making our swim season happen, making this Breakfast of Champions happen, and thank you to Springdale Public Schools for again allowing all this stuff to happen for you guys. It's always an opportunity and a privilege of mine to be able to share the sport of swimming with you guys and just give you all opportunities to see what you all can become. I know a lot of you guys have other things outside of swim, and just like to piggyback off of what Romero was saying, you'll be surprised at what you learn in swim, how it carries over to other areas of your life. But other than that, that concludes our Breakfast of Champions. Thank you guys for coming out. Enjoy y'all's breakfast. No rush to get out of here. Have a great Monday.